Imagine it's the most important exam of your life. Your processing power is fading fast as the clock ticks down. To survive this pressure, you must stop being a student and start being an academic athlete. We're going to transform your study sessions into tactical focus intervals to ensure peak performance. By the end of this video, you'll have an academic athlete training plan, the exact routine to build brain stamina needed for top-tier exam performance. Standard motivational videos tell you to work harder, but they don't really show you how to handle 4-hour mental grind of a high-stakes exam. To survive that pressure, you need to adopt a training approach. So let's look at the training plan for brain endurance. The first thing we have to worry about is the fatigue trap. We want to avoid running out of power partway through the exam. If you find yourself hitting a wall 1 hour in, this is valuable information that will help you. The adult brain consumes 20 to 25% of the body's total glucose-derived energy at rest, despite accounting for only 2% of body weight. So the brain consumes disproportionately large amounts of glucose for energy. So you need to make sure you're fueling properly. We want to also shift our perspective in course preparation from content memorization to endurance and mental metabolic capacity. This is not just about studying hard, but also good nutrition and proper rest to fuel your brain. Just like preparing for an athletic event requires progressive loading, we can do progressive cognitive loading to prepare for intense mental exercises like exams or finals week. We're going to implement high-intensity interval study sessions that mimic the erratic difficulty spikes of modern standardized testing. In my time management videos, I recommend focusing intensely on specific subjects for scheduled time and then switching to non-academic tasks or a totally different subject. This discipline helps to prepare you for structured events like finals and the focus required for the whole of finals week. I've placed a link to a free time management protocol in the description on this video. As you start the term, you're going to have shorter study and review sessions. Then as we progress, we want to increase the sessions to longer ones. This makes sense from a mental training perspective, but also because you're going to have less material to work on at the beginning of the term and then increasingly more as you progress through. You're going to practice deliberate overlearning to make your complex information retrieval an automated process. Study your materials as if you're preparing to present them to your peers. As you get close to exam time, it's good to prepare study sessions that are as long as the exam, and ideally at a similar time of day. Hold practice exam Sunday, where you simulate the exact timing and constraints of the real test. So this is part of the training to get ready. We're going to look at the endurance nutrition protocol. Optimize neuronutrition by timing your carbohydrates and healthy fats to prevent mid-exam brain fog. Complex carbohydrates are things like pastas and potatoes that contain starch, okay? So not candy bars and sweets, which are simple carbs that break down very quickly and they give you a sugar spike followed by the crash. Complex carbs give you energy over a longer period of time. Don't take a candy bar and an energy drink and head out for your exam. You'll be wired and then crash at a critical juncture. Proteins provide amino acids. And many of the important chemical messengers of the nervous system, and therefore your brain, require those, and it's very critical for studying. So you want to make sure that you have adequate protein. Make sure you're hydrating appropriately, but don't gulp a whole bunch of water right before going into the test. Pacing your hydration is better than trying to catch up. Remember, your kidneys can only process so much at a time. Don't rely on intense amounts of caffeine to make up for lack of sleep. So build in proper sleep, maybe less than what you're used to, but at least try and make time for proper sleep so you're ready and refreshed at exam time. Sleep is also the time that your brain goes through and clears out all kinds of metabolic waste products and also converts short-term information into long-term memory storage. We can think of sleep as the weightlifting of the brain. It's when the muscle or memory is actually built. Studies show that short-term recall gets converted into long-term memory storage. This is why if you cram for a test and you don't get sleep, when you go into the test, you have a confusing swirl of tenuously related facts competing for your attention in your brain when you're trying to test. So make sure that you get some sleep. Active recovery is also important. Scrolling on your phone is not active recovery. Gives you quick hits of dopamine, but also you're exposed to lots of blue light, which overstimulates your brain. Do something completely unrelated to study for a break. Ideally, some sort of physical activity, maybe a short walk or some light and easy exercise. You've done all your preparation. It's down to the final hour. Pace yourself on test day so you conserve the mental energy for the most difficult questions. Don't let one question suck up all of your energy. There are going to be questions on the test that you have no idea what they're talking about. Make your best guess and move on. Don't let stress about that one question distract you from the future questions that you definitely know the answers to. Synthesize these protocols that we've discussed into a training calendar to guarantee peak performance on test day. For a guide integrating study skills, note-taking, and mindfulness practices, check out the online class that I have linked in the description. In the comments, go ahead and put some of your favorite preparation strategies. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next training session.